I am Mr. Narendra Jangre from Gokhale Education Society's R.M. Bhatt High School, Parel. Students, today we are going to study 10th Standard Geometry's first chapter, Similarity. From that first chapter, today we see basic proportionality theorem and converse of that theorem. So proof of that basic proportionality theorem and the converse of that basic proportionality theorem. So let us see basic proportionality theorem. So dear students, let us see geometry's first chapter, similarity. Now from this chapter, today we are studying basic proportionality theorem. This is very important theorem in geometry, and that theorem may be asked in exam for proof. So this is important theorem. So how to prove this theorem? Let us see. Whenever there is a theorem, first you must know the statement of that theorem. Theorem has a statement, conditional statement. Conditional statement means the statement that contains if then. That statement is known as conditional statement. So here that theorem is given, it is already written. Here it is the statement of that theorem, that is the main part. If a line parallel to a side of a means one side, a side of a triangle intersect the remaining sides in two distinct points. So this is the first part of this theorem. The statement which is after if, that is called given. The statement which is after if. So up to this point, this is the given. Means a line is parallel to one side of any triangle and intersecting the two sides in distinct points. Then what we have to prove? The statement after then is called to prove. Means that we have to prove. Then the line divides the remaining sides, means two sides, in the same ratio or same proportion. Same proportion means divide in the same ratio. That is the basic proportionality theorem. Is it clear? Listen again. If a line parallel to one side of a triangle and intersect the remaining sides in two distinct points, different points. Distinct means different. Then the line divides the sides in the same proportion, that means in the same ratio. So we have to prove this theorem. So remember some points related to theorem. This is the first theorem. Theorem means some properties that we can prove using previous properties or previous axioms. In 9th standard you studied axioms and the theorems. So here it is the theorem. Means that property we can prove using our previous knowledge. So here first point, remember first point, whenever the statements in exam, the question will be like this: prove that or show that. Prove that if a line is parallel to a side of a triangle, intersect the remaining sides in two distinct points, then the line divides the sides in two in the same proportion. Only this one be there. We have to decide using the statement. By reading the statement, you have to decide this theorem is which type of theorem. Sometimes basic proportionality theorem is asked in the exam and student write the proof of Pythagoras theorem. So that confusion must not be there, should not be there. So here first read the statement two times properly. Then from that statement try to draw a diagram. So diagram is very essential because a theorem without diagram has no credit, zero credit, no marks. Without diagram, 0 marks. So first thing, diagram must be there, the figure must be there. Second thing, when we draw any figure, then write the name of the figure and write the proof according to that names. For example, here if we take an triangle ABC and if we write the proof according to triangle PQR, then we get 0 marks, because we have to write the proof from that figure only. Observe that figure and then write the statements. So first draw the figure by reading the statement. If a line parallel to one side of a triangle means any triangle, type of triangle is not given, right angle triangle, isosceles triangle, scalene, no triangle, any triangle. So first draw one triangle, any type of triangle. So simple triangle, here we have drawn ABC. Then name that triangle. So ABC is the triangle and a line is parallel to one side of the triangle. Suppose this line L is parallel to side BC and intersect the remaining side in 2 points, means intersecting side AB in PQ, P and BAC in Q. So here the figure is, first thing is the figure. So first point, draw the proper figure. Sorry. Because without figure there is no marks, no credit, 0 marks for the theorem. Then second point is write the given thing. The statement after if is the given, but we can't write in the form of words. So remember, while writing that given should be in mathematical form. There is one format, in so and so figure. So in which figure? So your figure is triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, in so and so figure means in triangle ABC. A line, which line? Line L parallel side BC. A line is parallel to side BC. So statement should be in a mathematical form. Line is parallel to side BC. And second thing, it intersect AB and it intersect side AB and side AC in P and Q respectively. So here write the given from the figure in the form of mathematical. So that statement must be mathematical statement, not in words. Some students write directly, if a line is parallel to side then intersect remaining distinct points. So that is wrong. So write in so and so figure, write the name of figure in triangle ABC. Which line? Line L is parallel to side BC and it intersect the other sides, means AB and AC in P and Q respectively. Then what we have to prove? This line L divides these sides in the same ratio. Proportion means same ratio. Same ratio means AP upon PB equals AQ upon QC. So what we have to prove? AP upon PB is equal to AQ upon QC. That we have to prove. The line L divides side AB and AC in the same ratio or in proportion, means divide in same ratio. This AP upon PB equals AQ upon QC. Now for that one construction is there. How to draw the construction? We have to join this B and Q, P and C. So join this BC and join this PC. Now before writing the proof of that theorem, let us see one point. Here we are using the previous knowledge. In previous video of this chapter, we study the properties ratio of areas of two triangles. So that property we have to use. One property is if the triangles having same height, then the ratio of their areas is equal to the ratio of their corresponding bases. So here in this figure, this is the figure. If you observe this figure, APQ triangle. So here it is APQ, here it is APQ triangle, and here it is BPQ triangle. So these two triangles are taken here, and if we consider this triangle, hold this paper like this, then easily we understood. We have to draw the heights of triangle APQ and triangle BPQ. So here it is triangle BPQ is obtuse angle triangle, and if we have to draw the height on base PB, then here we get the height. Here it is height QM, and for triangle APQ the same height, means these are the triangles of equal height, and whenever the triangles of equal height, then the ratio of their areas is equal to ratio of their corresponding bases. Base कौन सा है? AP and PB, these are the bases. So we can write here area of triangle APQ upon BPQ is equal to AP upon PB, because these are the triangles of equal height. Again, how to decide whether the triangles of equal height? If APQ, BPQ, two common vertices are there. Two common vertices are there, and the sides opposite to one of the common vertex. This is one of the common vertex. The sides are in a straight line. Then we can decide these are the triangles of equal height, and here it is the common height for that triangles. So here if we draw the height for these triangles, here this QM is the height for triangle APQ and triangle BPQ here. Now same thing, if we consider this figure, triangle APQ, this one APQ and CPQ, and if we hold this paper like this, now try to draw the perpendicular, means height. This is the obtuse angle, and therefore height of that triangle on side QC is here outside the triangle, means in the exterior of triangle, and for APQ same height, this is the height for that triangle. So in this way, this APQ and AQP and CQP are also the triangles of equal height, and we can use the property of that. You know the property, in the triangles of equal height, the ratio of their areas is equal to ratio of their corresponding bases. Now let us use that property here. So here again draw the perpendicular from, this is PN perpendicular, means these are the heights. Now we have to write the construction. So in a construction, first point, join BQ and CP, then draw QM perpendicular AB and PN perpendicular AC. Now we have to prove this one. Now if we observe these two triangles, triangle APQ, this one, how will we get area of that triangle APQ? For that triangle APQ, AP is the base, QM is the height. So in triangle APQ, base means base is equal to AP and height is equal to QM. Now in triangle BPQ again, BPQ, here base is, if you observe this BPQ, this one BPQ, this is the base and this QM is the height. So base is PB and height is QM. Now both having the common height, means QM is the common height for APQ and BPQ. So ratio of their areas is equal to ratio of their corresponding bases, and write the reason triangles of equal height. Therefore we can write our first point, area of triangle APQ divided by area of triangle BPQ is equal to this half AP into QM, that is area of APQ, divided by this is half into PB into QM. So here this half QM get cancel, we get AP upon PB. So here area of triangle APQ divided by area of triangle BPQ is equal to AP upon PB. This is our statement number 1. And which property we use here? Triangles of equal heights. So either write the total property, the ratio of, or we can write the reason like this. These are the triangles of equal height. Now this is the first statement. Now second statement. Similarly, what we can write, if we consider triangle APQ and CPQ. Here this PN is the common height for both. See here, PN is the common height. Therefore ratio of their area is equal to ratio of their bases, triangles of equal height. So directly we can write here, similarly area of triangle, which one? APQ divided by area of triangle, which one? CPQ. CPQ is equal to, these are the triangles of APQ and CPQ are the triangles of equal height. This is the common height for both. This is obtuse angle, this is obtuse angle. Therefore the ratio of their area is equal to ratio of their corresponding bases, yani AQ upon QC. So here we get AQ upon QC. This is second point, and here we get this second statement. And here again these are the triangles of equal height. Triangles of equal height, that is the reason. Now next point, you know one property, if base and height of two triangles are equal, then these triangles are equiareal triangles. So let us see next point. So here students, triangle BPQ and triangle CPQ are equiareal triangles because these two triangles are lies between the two parallel lines PQ and BC, and their base PQ is common. So we can write here third point, triangle BPQ and triangle CPQ are lies between two parallel lines and having common base, and therefore their areas are equal. These are equiareal, common base, common height. Therefore what we can write? Area of triangle BPQ is equal to area of triangle CPQ. This is our statement number 3. So here statement number 1 is, observe this statement number 1. Here we can write the reason: triangles of equal base and equal height. These are the triangles of equal base and height, and therefore their areas are equal. If you observe first one, this ratio, area of triangle APQ upon BPQ, and this second ratio APQ upon CPQ, two ratios are equal. These two ratios becomes equal if their numerator and denominator both are equal. If you observe these two ratios, numerators are APQ, left hand side 1 and 2. Denominators are BPQ, CPQ, but from 3, BPQ and CPQ, these areas are also equal. So from 1 to 3, what we can write? This ratio is equal to this ratio. So from 1 to 3, our next statement is, therefore area of triangle APQ divided by area of triangle BPQ is equal to area of triangle APQ divided by area of triangle CPQ. So this is our statement. Now from 1 and 2, if we substitute the value, what is our 1? Here it is 1. Area of triangle APQ upon BPQ is equal to AP by PB. So from 1, substitute the value of this one as AP upon PB from 1 is equal to, from 2, this ratio is equal to AQ by QC. Substitute the value of this ratio, AQ upon QC. So in this way we can prove this one, AP upon PB is equal to AQ upon QC. Here reason we can write from 1 and 2, because 1, the value of this ratio is equal to AP upon PB, and from 2, value of this ratio is AQ upon QC. So in this way we can prove this basic proportionality theorem. Now our next theorem or next part is converse of basic proportionality theorem. Let us see. Converse of basic proportionality theorem. No need to prove this theorem. Only remember the statement. We have to use this theorem while solving the examples. Converse of basic proportionality theorem. Converse means the statement after then becomes the statement after if, and the statement after if becomes the statement after then. So we have to exchange that statement. This is called converse. So here, if a line divides any two sides of a triangle in the same ratio. So here, draw the figure from the given statement. ABC is one of the triangle. Then line L divides this AB and AC in the ratio AP by PB equals AQ by QC in the same ratio. Then what we have to prove? The line is parallel to the third side. Now mathematically, how can we write? No need to prove that theorem, because this theorem will not be asked for proof. So only mathematically how to use that theorem. In triangle ABC, if line L divides side AB and AC in such a way that AP upon PB is equal to AQ upon QC, then by converse of basic proportionality theorem BPT, what we can write? This line PQ is parallel to the third side BC. So this is the theorem, and the examples may be asked like this. This is given 2, 4, 3, 6, these values will be given, and decide whether line PQ is parallel to BC. So first find the ratio 2 by 4 is 1 upon 2. Then separately find the ratio AQ upon QC, it is 1 by 2. Therefore from 1 and 2, AP by PB is equal to AQ by QC. Therefore by converse, this side PQ or line PQ is parallel to side PC. So in this way we can use this theorem while solving the examples. Remember the statement only and how to use this theorem, because this theorem is not for proof. So dear students, I hope you understood all the means both the theorems, basic proportionality theorem and converse of that. If you have any doubt in future or while watching the video, then you can write in the comment. I will make another video on that doubts. And second thing, if you like my channel, like my video, then press the like button and subscribe my channel and share the video to your other friends. Thank you.